For more, let's speak to our reporter, Carys Garland, standing by in Annecy. Hello to you, Carys. Understandably, the day after this attack, a lot of unanswered questions, some shock, some anger, some grief. Tell us more about the mood where you are.
Well, the atmosphere here, we're actually standing in the playground where the attack took place, and it's fair to say the atmosphere is very heavy, very somber. You might be able to see behind me, a lot of people have actually come to lay flowers, soft toys and balloons in honor of the victims. I think the overpowering mood here is just shock and incomprehension. I spoke to some people earlier who... Well, there was a grandmother and a mother of a 22-month-old child, the same age as one of the victims. So obviously, I think it was very easy for them to put themselves in the shoes of the families of the victims here, very visibly upset, visibly moved. I spoke to another man who says he's from Annecy. He knows this park very well. He says he comes here with his grandchild very often. This is where his grandchild learned to play. And he said, it broke down in tears, saying this could very well have been my own grandchild. So I think it's a very somber mood here today, and we've also got a fairly significant police presence, obviously, ahead of Emmanuel Macron's arrival. He will be arriving here in Annecy after, as you say, visiting victims in Grenoble.
Yeah, and Carys, given that mood there, a lot of anger, a lot of people wanting justice and wanting to know more specifically about what happened. What have we learned a day after this attack?
Yeah, actually, some of those conversations I had with residents here did understandably go off into how could this have happened? What are the motives behind it? Of course, we don't know a lot at this stage. As you say, the investigation is still ongoing. We know that the police custody of the suspect has been extended. That's after He did not talk overnight. He didn't give the police any information. He was due to have a psychological exam this morning, Friday morning. We do know, however, that the attack took place and he wasn't under the influence of any alcohol or drugs. As you say, the prosecutor said that there's no, at this stage, of the apparent terrorist motive. We know that the suspect arrived in France last October and requested asylum here in France in November. We also know that request was denied just 5 days ago. That's because he already had refugee status in Sweden. The Interior Minister said that his refusal for asylum in France was a disturbing coincidence. Obviously, we don't know more on that. We know that politicians have reacted, expressing their condolences for victims, but also this has reignited debate about immigration in France and in Europe. We'll have to see where those debates take us in the weeks and days to come. And of course, we did see a small protest of extremists last night here.
All right, Carys, thank you very much. Carys Garland reporting from Annecy.